Good morning to all the viewers, respected additional director sir and respected joint director sir and all the team members, principals, teachers and dear students. Welcome you all to the senior intermediate economics webinar sessions. I am Ranjita Logishetty, principal Telangana Model School, Nedumnur Mandal, Nalgonda district. Children, fishes, birds, mammals, and humans are all the living species in our environment. Then, what is environment? It is the total planetary inheritance and totality of all the natural resources, which is called as environment. And economics is the study of the ways in which people utilize these natural resources. That is, the economic activities of human beings. Today, we are going to study the Chapter 9 Environmental Economics, Session 1, which combines the environmental science and economics. It is a branch of economics which discusses about the impact of interaction between the man and nature. If humans don't manage these natural resources, they will get depleted. Therefore, every country must make proper efforts to maintain the biodiversity and ecological balance to these resources through resource management and bring harmony between the man and nature. Let's see all these content of environmental economics through our presenter's words, that is Srimati G. Sridevi, PGT Economics from TSMS, Mirdudi, Siddipet district. Madam has done her masters in economics as well as commerce. She is also a postgraduate diploma in business administration. She has done her bachelor's degree in education. She worked in very good reputed educational institutes like St. Anne's and St. Francis for around 7 years, and she also worked as a faculty of humanity branch in Villa Mary Institute of Technology, and also presently she is working as a PGT economics in Model Schools family from past 7 years. Welcome, ma'am. Now the session is all yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ranjita, ma'am. Good morning to the webinar team, additional director, sir, and all the principals of Telangana Model School, and all the teachers and my dear students. Today, I'm going to deal with the economics second year, and that is your ninth chapter. We are going to deal with the environmental economics. Okay, thank you for giving this opportunity, ma'am. I'll start with the session today with the introduction, and the contents of the session are the introduction of environmental economics, concept of environment, types of environment, concepts of ecosystem, pollution and environmental degradation are the contents of this particular session, which all includes in your ninth chapter. Coming to the learning objectives, students at this end of the session, they'll be able to understand different concepts of environment. They'll also able to understand the types of environment, and they will also able to understand the types of pollution and concept, and also the effects of environmental degradation. Now, students, let us start with the introduction. Okay, what is environment? Environmental economics is a branch of economics which deals with the interrelationship between environment and economic development. So when you say environmental economics is a branch of economics, so here, as we know, children, tree has many branches, right? So the economic subject also have many branches. In that particular one branch is your environmental economics, which plays a very important role, and it also tells about the relationship between we living human beings and all the species, okay, and all the mammals and animals and the environment, right? So environment constitutes, not only that, it also constitutes the earth, surface, living beings, and natural resources and space, children. Okay? So human beings utilize environment for the satisfaction of the never-ending desire. As we know, children, we human beings, we don't have a satisfaction for a particular thing. We want more and more. As we know that one want is satisfied, we go with the other one. Okay, it's a never ending process. Our desires are never ending process. What we studied in your intermediate first year economics, right? So here what is happening is we are trying to use our environment in such a way that we are not satisfied. We are just going on using and using. So our environmental economics guides them to use the resources provided by the nature without affecting human welfare. So as we are human being never ending desires, so this particular subject and this particular branch of environment economics guides us to use the resources in such a way that we will be using and it will not affect the human welfare. And it also studies cause and effects of over exploitation of environment. As these days we know that as the population is growing more and more, okay, we are using the resources and we are exploiting in a very maximum way. Okay, so this particular environment economics tell us if we use more resources, okay, and how it will affect our human life, that this particular subject, this particular unit will tell us how best we have to use, how much we have to use, okay, how economically we have to use. This unit tells us, children. And the subject of environment economic studies how best the economic growth of the society could be maintained without damaging the environment, children. So we are here, okay, to know or to learn from this particular subject that how we people living the society we have to maintain, okay, without damaging our environment, children. I think now you are aware about the environmental concept. Here the environmental related issues such as ecosystem is there, okay, the need to control population, okay, to prevent environmental degradation, natural resources and how to need to conserve them, and need for environmental protection and sustainable development. These are all we will be learning in this particular session, which are very important for our livelihood, children. Coming to the concept of environment, the simple definition of environment is surrounding, children. Surrounding is what? Where we are living, the surroundings where we are here, that is environment. In more specific terms, you can see the screen, it refers to the non-living spheres also, that is of the earth, the geographical, the climate, the chemical and physical space wherein life exists. We should not take only the animals or living beings or species. The surroundings also very important, which includes the environment, children, like your geographical area, it is the earth, okay, climate, chemical, this all happens on the globe, on the earth itself, right? So these all are the part of environment, children. Make it very sure. Environment is a combination of all physical and also organic factors that act on a living being, economical society, and power its endurance and growth, children. We have three types of environment, children. Okay, you can see on the screen very clearly. That is your physical environment, biotech environment, social or cultural environment. Okay, we will do each type of environment in detail, children. Then you can understand it more better. So what are the three types? I repeat once again: physical environment, biotech environment, social or cultural environment. So let us do in detail. The first type of environment is physical environment. It is also it includes also important, right, children? Right, in the in this with particular winter season, we need the sunlight, sunbeams. We need the sun rays. D vitamin is very low. We sit in the sun. Okay, taking D vitamin, very important. And rainwater also equally important. The moisture. These are all come under your physical environment, children. Okay, and coming to the importance of physical environment, children, it provides residential space. What do you mean by residential space? Residential space is nothing but where we are living, the house where we are building, the space. Okay, right? The earth is creating, the surface is creating a space for us to construct a house where we can live with a shelter. It's a kind of shelter. For every livelihood, children, we need three things, very, very important for our living things, like your food, clothing, and shelter. It's a very, very important, right? Okay, without food, without clothes, without shelter, we cannot live, right? So shelter is nothing but providing space, the residential space. What is providing? The physical environment is providing us. Is that clear? Then coming to soil, water, and air. Space, okay, shelter is fine. But soil, with no surface, okay, where we get food, okay, agriculture. Soil is nothing but soil, right? From the we are doing the agriculture on the soil. What else we are eating? The vegetables, the fruits, and all. These are all coming from the soil. Is it not, children? Right? The water. Without water, can you live, children? Just imagine. We cannot live without water. Water is also equally very, very important. And come the other one is your air. Just without air, without oxygen also we cannot live. Okay, right? Just close your nose and mouth for a while, we cannot live, right? So it's very important. Okay, it provides the residential place. Okay, soil is very important, we get it from the physical environment. Water, we get it from the physical environment. Air also we get from the physical environment. These are very, very nutrient elements for our living beings, children. And coming to the other one, atmosphere. Atmosphere is all what surrounded we are in the atmosphere, which provides what? Oxygen, right? And the other gases to the living organism. Okay, this is very, very important. The oxygen what we are breathing in is also very, very important, children. So the importance of physical environment are the 3 points. It provides residential space, soil, water, air are equally important, and the atmosphere provides oxygen for us. These are all come under your physical environment, children. And physical environment not only gives all this, it also controls the climatic factors like weather, right? We have different types of weather, children. Yes or no? You know, summer, winter, okay, rainy season, these are all okay, different climatic conditions which change the weather condition. Okay, today it is all very cloudy, right? Why? Because there is some kind of climatical change, the weather has been changed, right? Every time the weather is keep changing. These are all is affecting how? With the help of the physical environment, children. Okay, basically we don't concentrate much, but it's very, very, very important. The weather conditions, the climatical factors play a very important role. These all come under your physical environment, children. And other point, it says that it also provides different types of minerals to the industry. Okay, can you list out some minerals, children? Yes, okay. The coal, iron, steel, copper, these are all what we are getting from the soil itself. Soil is nothing but the surface, okay? That is nothing but the environment. Okay, for our livelihood, we use different kind of iron, steel, coal, and all. These are the basic raw materials what we are trying to extract from the soil, extractive industry. So we are extracting and getting all these minerals. So without physical environment, we cannot live our livelihood very happily, children. Now we are using cycles, bicycles. These are all made up of steel and all. So the steel, iron, copper, where we are getting? We are all getting from the extractive industry. That is nothing but your physical environment. Is it clear? Next, physical environment also deals with the water factor of the earth. So water body, our India is surrounded by your Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and all. So water is surrounded, right? So water plays a very important. That all water is also come under your physical environmental. I think now you are clear with the physical environment concept. Now let us move on to the other type of environment, that is biotic environment. Bio. Bio is nothing but children life. Bio means life. It is also known as the biological environment and organic environment. It's something related to little bit of science children. It is responsible for all the living beings. Like living part the earth where animals, human beings, plants, birds, fish, and microorganisms from the biotic environment. All the biological biology. Okay, your science students will study, right? We are little bit connected to the science, the microorganism, okay, the birds and all. So biotic environment is also very, very important. Means the animals, human beings, plants, fishes, birds are also very important. These are all come under your biotic environment, children. Next, coming to the importance of biotic environment. The living beings are highly dependent on each other for survival. I think we are very much aware. Okay, as all living species are including in the biotic environment, depend upon each other, right, for our livelihood. As we would like to, when we take a food, we are depending on the agriculture, plants, okay, and also animals, okay, right. Non-vegetarians and vegetarians, they depend upon plants and animals, okay, and all the same way as we are depending, the frogs, okay, the fishes, mammals, and all, they also depend upon the other. So that is nothing but depending on each other. That also comes under your the biotic environment. Then coming to the third type of environment is your social or cultural environment. So cultural, social, we are very much connected, right? So cultural and lifestyle of human beings are involved in this particular type. Means whatever we are getting from our parents, okay, we try to adopt, right? And what we are learning, we try to give it to our children. And as children are growing big, they become adults, and when they become big, they try to adopt to give to their children. Is it clear? So culture or social, what we say, where we are people living in the society, we try to take that particular environment. So wherever, whichever place we are moving, what are people living in that society, that will affect on the psychological effect of the human being. Like human being has created this environment through your social and cultural activity. The area where you are living, where you are surrounding, in which particular area environment you are living, in that particular area, that kind of food habits it could be, or that kind of dressing it could be, okay, that kind of a culture it could be, we will try to adopt. It all depends upon the cultural and your social environment where you are trying to live, children. Like let us suppose you have historical culture, historical environment, cultural environment, political environment, moral environment, social and economic aspects of human life constitute in this particular cultural environment, children. It from the history in that particular area, what it from history, what is trying to coming, that they try to adopt. Or it could be your food habits, or it could be your dressing, okay, it could be the festivals what you try to do it. This all depends upon the history, culture, political, moral, children. And another point, it is inherited from generation to generation. Means parampara, like from other generations, we are trying to adopt. So it is not a stop, full stop till here. It will be continuing. So we need to continue our cultural environment so that we need to share to the coming generation. So we should never forget our the historical or cultural or moral social environment, children. We should be always connected to it. So right. So coming to the importance of social or cultural environment, children, first one is, in a society different types of people live together, yes or no? Yes. Okay, we have different type of living. We have Hindus, Muslim, Christian, Sikhs, and all. And not only that, the people for job purpose migrating from one place to other. From Madhya Pradesh they come, from Bihar they come, or from the Kerala people will be coming, okay, from different areas. In India only we have so many religion, custom, caste, society people. So maybe for working or for any other purpose, they'll be migrating, right? With this particular purpose, what is happening? We try to share in the people living in society. We try to share the religion. It could be the custom practices, that will differ. But at the same time, what happens? We try to adopt. We try to eat that kind of food. Like if you take your idli, dosa, and all, that is not our South Indian food. It is coming from Tamil Nadu and all. What is happening here? People from that particular area migrated to the Telangana. So what is happening? They have started with this kind of food dishes. We try to adopt, right? And like Onam, if you take Onam festival of Kerala, okay, many of you in hospitals and all, we find Keralites working, right? What they do on the Onam day, they try to adopt their, try to celebrate the, what do you say, festival. So what has happened? We try to encourage. We also mingle with them and try to adopt that. Like in your staff, in your teachers also, we find different kind of people, teachers. So what they do, they celebrate all kind of teachers, students and all. We all with your friends also, we try to celebrate, right? All your, what you say, festivals, it could be dishes, food, we try to share. This is all what happened. It calls come under your social and cultural environment, children. I think you're getting the point, right? The common cultures and coexist are developed by the people. So the whatever the common cultures we find, that we try to coexist and try to develop it, children. So this all come under the important. When you see on the screen, you have, you find three people, okay, a Muslim, a Christian, and a Sikh, and people in the world map as given here on the screen. Lot of people over here. That is nothing but we have a very integrated nature. Okay, or different. We have different states. We are integrated. National integration we find when it comes to the Republic Day or Independence Day. We all we just keep our religion, we keep our caste separate, we keep everything aside, and we try to imbibe the, what you say, the national integrity. We get it very, we become very pious on that particular day. So this all tell us what we are all one. Okay, so here also this cultural and social environment will help us to become together, and we try to develop each other, children. And here, in this way, human beings are guided in the behavior by the social or cultural environment. So, a child moving to the school or going to the college or going to any other particular higher education and all, they try to get guided with that particular behavior, the environment of that particular area, the group, the peer group effect we say, no, that plays a very important. It comes under the social and cultural environment, children. And children in the society are brought up on the cultural line. We all the children from childhood till today, and view the children who are listening, all the viewers are listening. These all are, we are brought up on one particular cultural lines. Yes or no? So we have our own cultural line where everybody are brought up. Okay, as we are Hindus, Hindus try to go to temples, and the Muslims try to go to mosque, and they try to pray the azar, namaz, and all they try to do it. Okay, Christians, they do the prayer and then they eat. Like that, what is all this? It's nothing but we are bringing up on the cultural lines, children. And culture of the society depicts the totality of human behavior in a society. So it depicts the human behavior, how we are bringing up. What is the bringing up of the child? It depends upon the society. It will affect on the society. If you are brought up in a very good lines, then the society becomes good. Okay, so and then the state becomes good and the nation becomes good. This all, it is interrelated, children. The human behavior of a child or human behavior which is affecting the social environment plays a very, very, very important role, children. Then, coming to the other concept of this particular unit is your ecosystem. Ecosystem operate within the environment, children. We have different authors defined ecosystem differently, but all these definitions have three common properties, children. Just concentrate, it's on the screen. Biotic components, ambiotic components, and their interactions, children. These interactions involve flows of energy, matter, and information, children. So now let us do in detail the each and every concept. The typology. When you take the typology is nothing but the types of ecosystem, children. That is, it is divided into two: aquatic and the terrestrial ecosystem. These, when you say aquatic, children, this natural ecosystem, and it constitutes what the organism interact with water. Okay, aqua means water. Okay, exactly, children. Aquatic ecosystem in general covers nearly 71% of the Earth's surface, children, like lakes, the fresh water, lake means fresh water, and the marine, that is nothing but the salt water. Okay, these are all come under what? The aquatic natural ecosystem, which covers how much? 71%. Is it clear? Okay, lakes means what? Fresh water, and the marine means salt water. It all constitute the 71%. Okay, and then coming to the terrestrial ecosystem, it deals with the forest and desert, children. Terrestrial means territory, area. Is it clear? Terrestrial means area, geographical area. It covers what? The forest and the desert. The terra. Terra means land, children. Make a note. Terra means land. So this particular terrestrial ecosystem deals with the forest and desert. So every ecosystem has several interrelated mechanisms like water cycle, carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, and energy cycles are what happens? Interrelated. These cycles control the ecosystem, children. Human life is very closely linked to the proper functioning of these cycles. If, let us suppose, these cycles are affected, what happens? It will affect on us only, indirectly. So humanity cannot survive on the earth. So say first, we have to maintain this ecosystem, the aquatic natural ecosystem or the terrestrial. So I again repeat, aquatic natural ecosystem, which will interact with the aqua, which is water, where with all the microorganisms and all it comes under. Okay, trees, animals, birds, microorganisms all come under your aquatic, and the forest, desert all come under your terrestrial ecosystem, children. Is it clear? Now let us go with the other topic is your pollution. So I think we are very much aware about this particular pollution, children. Like let us tell in detail. Environmental pollution refers to the presence of matter like gas, liquid, and solid. Okay, this all come under your environmental pollution. Not only that, energy, that is heat, noise, radiation. Okay, radiation means I think Robo 2.0, you have seen that movie. In that radiation, it talks about radiation. Okay, whose nature, location of quality directly or indirectly alters the characteristics or process of any part of environment and causes and has the potential to cause damage the condition. Like once it is polluted, condition of health, safety or welfare of the animals is affected, humans and plants or property all will be affected with one particular point, that is your pollution, children. Next we have three forms. I say three forms. The three forms of pollution are air pollution, water pollution, and sound pollution, children. Okay, we have three forms of pollution: air, water, and sound. Make a note or put it in your brain: air, water, and sound pollution. We do in detail the air pollution. Air pollution is a mixture of solid particle and gases in the air. Okay, and coming to the sources of air pollution are, you can see on the picture also, burning of crops. Okay, that comes under your agriculture activities. Okay, combustion, manufacturing process. You can see in the picture the industries, a lot of smoke coming out of it, right? This all come under your manufacturing process. Solvent, you say nuclear energy programs, all where it is all deals with your the air pollution, children. Uh, and not only this pollution, children, with this air pollution, our human life is affected. Basically, our respiratory system of humans, we people, is affected. And not only our animals and birds, respiratory organs also will be damaged with this air pollution. Like when you talk about humans' respiratory organ, earlier we had a lot of deaths about the tuberculosis treatment, that TB we call it, and asthma. With this particular diseases, that is all with the air pollution we get it. Many people used to die. Now it is controlled, but still in some cities like Delhi and all, lot of air pollution we can find, children. And air pollution not only affects human beings, it also affects the food what we are eating, like your vegetables and fruits and plants. Okay, crops and grazing lands are covered with lot of layers of dust, and land productivity, what happens automatically, it decreases. Means all the agriculture productivity come down with the air pollution. And it affects also felt on monuments. You are I think monuments means you have an idea, children, like Taj Mahal, Charminar, these are all come under your monuments. So with this air pollution, what is happening, this building and art forms are becoming faded. Earlier Taj Mahal was in white in color. Now when you see the picture, we find it in a creamish, okay, creamish color. Why? Because the air has been polluted, and lot of, what you say, the particles are staying on that particular monument. With this acid spread out, acids and spread out, the all the monuments color has been coming down with all, with the effect of what, children? Air pollution only. It damages the greenhouse effect, and their temperature on the earth also increases. Greenhouse effect means, I think we are aware about the all the refrigerators, ACs, what we are using, that will emit some kind of sulfur dioxide gases that will affect the greenhouse effect. And by that, what happens, the temperature on the earth will increase. When the temperature of the earth increases, what happens, the ozone layer get depleted. When the ozone layer get depleted, lot of heat is generated. When the heat is generated on the whatever the snows what we find on Himalaya, that gets slowly melted. And when it's slowly melted, all it will turn into the other effect. Okay, and by that we will receive lot of heavy rains, like we can occur tsunamis and all. So it is interlinked, children. With the air pollution, lot of problems will be started. So we need to control the air pollution. Our whatever the bikes what you are using, you need to get for air pollution checks done. You find in petrol bunks and all, there's one kind of Maruti van will be there, air pollution check will be there, right? For our vehicles, we have to get your air pollution done, children. Whatever we can do, it is in our hands, we have to do, children. And then we try to encourage the people who can do it. We have to give a support. We, as we are having knowledge, we need to spread that particular knowledge. Our bike should be get air polluted done. So as after hearing to this session, you can discuss with your father, brothers and all, whoever using the bike, they have to get their air pollution check done, so that by that we can control little bit of it. Is it clear, children? And during different kind of this thing, how to control the burning of fossil fuels and all in agriculture on, we have to reduce, children. Coming to the other pollution is your water pollution. The process of altering the properties of water which makes it useless or harmful is called as water pollution. It is defined as addition of excess material to water which are harmful to living organisms. So whatever the water we are finding, the lakes and all, that has been contaminated with this particular, the harmful water from industries and all, factories and all, we are trying to release in the water. What is happening? The water get contaminated, children. The main water pollutants are the sewage and other oxygen demanding waste infectious agents, ex, uh, exotic organic chemicals, inorganic minerals and compounds, radioactivities, plastic pollution. You can see in the picture lot of bottles we will be using and throwing in the dustbin, and they'll try to dump it in river and all water. See how it is all making lot of dump on it, right? The plastic is being polluted. With the plastic, water is being polluted, and chemical fertilizers and pesticides and all, lot of water problems we find, children. And water pollution creates a number of problems. Polluted water carries microorganisms and parasites. In fact, water is responsible for more human illness than any other environment influence. Like you can see waterborne diseases. We have a lot of waterborne diseases. You can see the person drinking the contaminated water, and the next picture you can see that girl is holding a stomach, lot of severe stomach ache she is finding. She'll be vomiting. This is all with waterborne diseases. Like you have diarrhea, cholera, typhoid, dysentery, all your human health being affected with this contaminate water. So which we need to have a control on it, children. Okay, and it all affect the fertility of the soil. Lot of problem. The cost of production will increase. Lot of problem with that, and the aquatic food reserves will be spoiled. And not only that, children, uh, what do you say, the Indian rivers these days, pollution has been reached to that particular point of crisis, like your Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus are suffering with a lot of water pollution, children. So we need to control, and we need to get awareness of it, and try to get be spreading this particular knowledge, saying that we need to control water pollution to be controlled. Then coming to the other one is your noise pollution, children. Coming to your noise pollution, it refers to the psychological harm created by the sound. Okay, right? Means ears play a very important role, right? For hearing. Now you're all hearing to me, right? So when it is in a higher pitch, okay, that cannot be taken, right? The traffic, railways, the industries, construction work, public gathering, use of loudspeakers, crackers, drums, etc., are all the sources of noise pollution, children. So that will affect what the psychological, the brain will be affected. The once ear, the voice is going, the noise is going from your ears, right? That will affect your the nerves in your brain, which affect the psychological impact on a human children. Like noise is a pollution component, and it deteriorates the environment. Okay, it will slowly the environment will deteriorate. Noise pollution affects the human beings, animals, and birds, and also damages ear causes and temporary and sometimes permanent hear loss also happen. I told Robo 2.0, okay, the radiation, the birds, okay, the voice, that noise, it all will affect all the birds also, children. Okay, we need to keep it in mind. We need to control. We should not use lot of high pitched sounds and all. We have to should be aware of it, and it creates irritation, children, and affects the brain and nervous system. So we should be very very careful. Why? Because the mental fatigue, lack of concentration, inability to think and act properly also, it will affect the children. So noise pollution also very very dangerous. The efficiency of, you can say, labor or a human, okay, when in your occupation, it will deteriorate. We cannot concentrate on the work. By that, what is happening, the productivity will come down. So these three pollutions, we have to keep it in mind, and we need to control them. Coming to other one is your other uh, topic is environmental degradation, concept and effect, and concept of environmental degradation. It means the disintegration of earth or the deterioration of the natural assets in the environment. Uh, it is any change or aggravation to nature's stuff which is undesirable. It occurs when Earth's natural resources are depleted, as a result of which extinction of some species, like pollution in air, water, and soil, take place. Here, we can see the environmental damage is generally discussed in the following categories. Okay, this we are not going to do in detail. Just I'm giving a category like water and air pollution. We have already studied. Okay, how the environmental deteriorates. Degradation means deteriorates. Solid and hazardous waste, soil degradation, rangeland degradation, deforestation, loss of biodiversity, and atmospheric changes. You can see the environment degrades, how the land has been cracked, soil erosion, and deforestation. These are all. You can see the picture. So the environmental degradation happens in these 5 points. But coming to the reasons why it happened, there are 10 reasons, children. These 10 reasons we will be doing in detail. That is land disturbance, pollution, solid and hazardous waste, soil degradation, range land degradation, loss of biodiversity, deforestation, natural causes, industrialization, overproduction, faulty mining practices. So we will do each one in a nutshell. Let me tell you. First one is your land disturbance. Like weedy plants, species assume control over nature and eliminate the local greenery. So when I think we are all from the rural background, we are very much aware when you do the agriculture part, children. So when you go for a cropping of some particular like a wheat or some kind of grain, like cotton or whatever it is, in between what happens, some kind of weedy plant species will be growing. So in between, what we try to clear it, right? So it will create the land, it will disturb the land for growing. The nutrients will be taken by the VD plant. So what happens? We need to remove the VD plant so that whatever the crop we are going for it, that particular nutrients will reach that particular crop itself. Is it clear? Now, overgazing also disturb the fertile turf and earth become hard. So overgazing means, when gazing means what? Animals eating the grass which is in that particular area. So if they keep on eating, the earth, the fertile turf becomes very hard. By that, what happens? The fertility or the land, the nutrients will be losing. It becomes very hard. So for growing for the other crop, it becomes difficult. Land degradation and soil erosion are serious problem which India is facing. So soil erosion means when your rains or some heavy rains come, the top surface of the soil will get excavated. It will be get eroded. So that is erosion happens. So it is also a major problem which come under your the land degradation, children. So land degradation, soil erosion are the serious problem which India is facing. Nearly 40% of land is subjected to the soil erosion through water and wind, children. Coming to the other one is your pollution. Air. Now, just now we studied about the different types of pollution, right? Air, water, land, and noise pollution are harmful for the environment. They destroy the quality in air, right? Water, and also land. Sound pollution damages the ears and threatens the ecosystem. Noise pollution disrupts the sleep and work. Land degradation destroys the habitat. Water pollution affects agriculture. With the pictures, you can understand it better too. Next, coming to your solid and hazardous waste. Many cities, okay, particularly in developing countries, generate more solid waste and then they collect or dispose of. And even when provisions for collection is satisfactory, safe disposal of collected waste often remains the problem. And we try to dump it in some particular area. It's badly affecting what human health and productivity. E-waste is another important and growing hazard. E-waste means electronic waste. E-waste means electronic waste. The computer, the system, laptop, and all. Once it gets if you don't, it's not working, we put it in the dustbin. So that is all come under your e-waste. So that is also become a major problem. Electronic waste is one of the fastest growing waste streams now in the worldwide. Coming to your solid soil degradation, soil degradation. One of the chief forms of soil degradation is soil erosion, which is often the result of wind and water erosion. Soil erosion inundates the agricultural land of its top fertile layer and then affects the agriculture productivity adversely. It also harms productivity by depositing silt in dams, irrigation system, and river transport channels, and by damaging the fisheries. So soil degradation is affecting so many things, children. Agriculture or silting dams, irrigation system, transport, all will be affected. And also the fisheries which are in will be affected. Once the soil get eroded, lot of problems will come. Status of natural vegetation. Range means a particular area for a vast area. And the main cause of rangeland degradation in India are irrational land use management practices leading to denudation vegetation from rangeland, which exacerbated by intermittent drought has resulted in many parts of the diversification. Rangeland degradation affects water quality, becomes streams, rivers, and lakes are strongly influenced by landscape characteristics of their water nature. Coming to the loss of biodiversity. Bio means I already told life. Okay, all the living beings, fishes, okay, animals and the aqua animal fisheries and the mammals and all. Biodiversity comprises of genetic information, species, and other ecosystem. It is essential requirement for the maintenance of global food supply. Production activity depends on biodiversity. Biological diversity provides the cultural identity, children. So loss of biodiversity is also there when you don't protect your environment and it get deteriorated, children. And what are the reasons for the deforestation? Deforestation is nothing but cutting down of trees to provide space for our homes and industries. As the population is growing more and more day by day, what is happening? We need area to live. So what we people doing? We are trying to clear the forest areas. Okay, we are cutting down the trees for what? For constructing our houses and industries. So that's a very wrong thing what we are doing. Trees in the forest are destroyed for fuel and to take up agriculture also. Big river valley projects are also responsible for the clearance of the forest. So deforestation increases global warming by sending the carbon back into the environment. So we ourselves, we are affecting the environment in deforestation way, children. So we need to go for planting more saplings. Coming to the other one is your natural causes. Earthquakes, tidal waves, storms, tsunamis, and wildfires crush animals and plant groups. So by this lot of problem we find the natural causes we cannot stop it. It's nothing we can stop if it is not in hands. So what we have to do, what we have in our hands, we have to do like planting more trees. Okay, we need to give importance to greenery. We need to noise pollution, air pollution, water pollution, what is there in our hand, we try to control, children. And they have immediate as well as long-term effects on the nature. We know once a tsunami occurs, once an earthquake occurs, it takes a lot of time to reconstruct or to come back to that particular original. Still in Japan and all, when you have lot of problem earthquakes and Hiroshima and all, what examples we can take, lot of still they finding a lot of problems in that particular countries. So whatever which is in our hands, we need to control. Coming to industrialization and overproduction, that's another reason for the environmental degradation, students. As we know, the science and technology has been expanded day by day, and productive capacities of the nations are also increasing at a global level. Yeah, we are happy. At the same time, we need to reduce the overproduction. Raw materials and natural resources are exploited extensively to produce more and more, and replacement is not planned. So this particular subject or unit or as our economists and all, they are trying to replace the resources. Industries through smoke, sound, effluent degrade the environment, children. Coming to faulty mining practices, okay, large scale extraction of minerals are creating serious environmental problems and ruining the country's land, water, forest, and air. The disposable mining waste, mineral dust from mines are constantly polluting the air and also reducing your agriculture productivity. So we need to control the faulty mining practices done in our country. Coming to the end of the session, children, that is your recapitulation. What we have studied in this session, let us recapitulate once. We have studied the concept of environment, and the environment tell us it provides resources to us and to the economy, and it acts as a sink of emissions and waste, and poor environmental quality in turn affects the economic growth and well-being by lowering the quantity and quality of resources are due to the and due to health impacts, etc. And separately, environment is defined as entirely of the physical world consisting of world land masses, oceans, and the atmosphere, and development is defined as the process of growth and change in the human, social, political, economic system, children. And coming to the types, we have studied about the three types of uh, environment. Yes or no? Okay, biotic, okay, social, cultural, physical environment we have studied, and types of pollution also we have studied. Okay, air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and we talked about the ecosystem, types of ecosystem, aquatic natural ecosystem, and also terrestrial ecosystem. And we have also studied about the environmental degradation. We have studied the different reasons how the environmental has been degraded. The 10 reasons we have studied, the soil degradation, okay, and also we have studied about the solid hazardous pollution and all. We have studied about the environmental degradation, children. Now I'll give you these are the model questions from this unit, children. It could be like explain different types of pollution. It's very easy. You can. Why should we protect environment and ecosystem? Here I'll give you one activity for you, children. I think we are very much aware about the Harita Haram program. So what you have awareness about it? you have to write an activity. Sometime in exam, he may ask, write a letter to a higher official about Haritaharam program. You can get a letter writing from this, or you can write, you may get a poster, okay, right? And you have to know about this Haritaharam program started by our government, when it is started, what is the object. Hello.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Hope children, you all have understood the concepts of environment, and you have understood the types of environment and what is pollution and how it is deteriorating our environment. If this goes on like this, what will be our future for the living beings? It will be very difficult, and we will not be having any sustainable development. So we all should protect and plant more and more trees to reduce the pollution. Okay, children? Hope you all have jotted out the points, and as it is very important for 20 marks for your IPA examination, this chapter is also important for your graduation also. Thank you very much, ma'am. Really, it was a thought-provoking session. Children, meet you all in the next session from this chapter only. Till then, take care, be safe. Thank you.
Thank you.